Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine, rise and shine. Happy Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Come on in. This is Tuesday edition of Car Chronicles. Come on in. We got a lot to talk about. It's been going down in these U.S. streets, in these Venezuelan streets, in these Miami streets, in these California streets. It's been going down globally. Come on in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Like the video as you come on in. Got a few things I want to talk about. Listen, we're going to be doing some fact checking over here. We're going to be doing some fact checking over here today. So, this is where I need for you to participate during this ride along. Come on in. Let me know if you can hear me. Make sure YouTube not playing with me today. Give y'all some time to pile up in here. Come on in. Let these notifications go out. I haven't been live in a couple of weeks. Been on the vacation break, the holiday for the past couple of weeks. I'm back. Happy New Year. Come on in. Happy New Year. Let me know in the comments where you're located in the world. I know I reach people all around the world. We talk politics, so it's not always just about the U.S. We talk world politics. And the thing about the U.S. is the shot callers, so we be in everybody business. So that's how a lot of the commentary kind of trickle over into other nations because you can't tell us that we is not your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, your grandpappy, your godmama, your goddaddy. The U.S. Listen, we the shot caller. We run things. You better ask somebody. That's the energy that our country has, especially under the Trump regime. It's like they like Trump. Ain't nobody told you to go over there. Don't worry about that. I got this. Like Trump, like, listen, I don't need to answer to nobody. I answer to God. And God dropped the word in my heart and told me to go over there and get that man and his wayward wife. Listen, he clearly didn't talk to Congress. So y'all let me know. Can y'all hear me? Because sometimes y'all, when I go live, YouTube be acting up and y'all cannot hear this. Y'all can't hear me. Let me know if you cannot hear me or if you can hear me. Good morning. It's 10 of you watching. Like the video because I want to know how you all are feeling about this capture of the Venezuelan president, Nicolas Maduro. Listen, that man said he was kidnapped. He did. He went to court yesterday. They said, sir, what is your name? I was kidnapped. Y'all, they asked that man what his name was. He went straight into, they kidnapped me. I am a man of God. And the judge like, all right then, player, I hear you. But listen, we going to get to that later. But for right now, can you just say your name so this typewriter, this recorder can record it for the record? Listen, we just asking your name right now. That's all we want to know. Man, like, oh, okay, my bad, my bad. Y'all come on in, like the video. Let me know where you're at. Let me know if you can hear me. Um, it's been going down. What they went over there and got that man on January 3rd. So as right after you said Happy New Year, they was rolling up on that man. They was rolling up on that man. Those was probably like the last moments he had before they rolled up on him and his wife. They was like, you can come on with it. You can get this work too. They was like, listen, you too can get this work. Because they say when you marry, you one, right? Don't they say like you become one? So Trump like, yeah, y'all want, come, yeah, come on over here. So he done hemmed them both up, the wife and the husband. Now listen, y'all, they went to court yesterday. The wife looking all beat up and battered and jacked up. I think they said she might have a rib or two, something broken. But they was like, this, listen, I don't know if sis went out with a fight. If she was like, all my life I had to fight. If she went out with a fight, because the way she walked up in that court all bruised up. So I think they said after they left court, good morning, just say when. Remember, you said they said that wasn't his wife. I'm at a stop traffic light now. You said it because she got a different last name. What her name is? Celia Flores. So I don't know if she didn't take on that man last name. Is she acting like these women over here in the western parts? Like, I'm keeping my own last name. Your last name ain't hitting on nothing. My daddy got a lot. I'm keeping my daddy last name. So I don't know, but they said her name was Celia Flores. So I had not heard anything about her not being his wife. But anyway, Trump is like, you can get this work too. They say when you get married, since y'all want to claim y'all married, when you get married, you become one. So you finna go over here and you finna get this work too, and be dealt with the same with the same work that he finna be dealt with. So this man, they said yesterday at the court, they said that there was, so y'all know, like in courts, like anybody can really go inside of a courtroom. You just gotta have some act right to you, because they will kick you out if they don't arrest you if you cut up. You can act a fool if you want to in a courtroom. They got something for you. So they was like, Nicholas and his wife's, I'm gonna call her his wife, because on record she's listed as his wife. That's what they're saying. So until I confirm otherwise, I'm gonna refer to Celia as his wife. They were in the court and they were like, there was this man who, like, in the court, I guess he was just like, what do you call him, a bystander? He just in the court looking, and he was standing and he started speaking out loud saying, Nicholas, he was saying just expression that basically he was happy that Nicholas was captured, and he said that he was a prisoner of war. Y'all, Nicholas responded to that man by saying, I am a child of God. He hit him with, I am a child of God, sir. I do not know what you're talking about. Y'all, it set that man off. It was like it was on and popping. So Nicholas and this guy who's just somebody from the public in the courtroom, they started kind of going back and forth, and they ended up having to remove the guy who kind of started talking like greasy to Nicholas, like, I see you, like you can be touched. Like he was just like, yo, let's go. This guy was on go. So he got kicked out of the court. He got kicked out of the court. Come on in. It's 28 of y'all in here. Please like the video. It helps with the algorithm so it can circulate. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Happy New Year. So Nicholas went before the judge to, and y'all know how that works. You go in, you make your plea. At least that's what I heard, because I ain't never had to do all that. But he went to court. He used to make his plea. And Nicholas was like, yo, like, in Spanish, because he had a little translator in there for him and his wife, Celia. But he was like, listen, I am the president of Venezuela. He was in there I am the president of Venezuela, Your Honor. I don't know why I am here. I have a country to run, and I was wrongly captured. I have been kidnapped. Now, mind you, he's saying all this after the judge just asked him, can he say his name? Y'all, the judge just said, yo, like, can you say your name for the record? I have been kidnapped. I am the president of Venezuela. It's like, yo, judge, like, yo, listen, I'm just trying to get your name right now. Like, now what you say your name was? I said, Lord Jesus. But y'all know New York is one of those states to where they don't let cameras in there. They don't let cameras in there. So when a trial, if it goes far enough, for a trial, we wouldn't be able to kind of watch it. We'd have to rely on, like what I'm telling you, like people, reporters, and things like that who are in the courtroom coming out saying what had happened was. But listen, y'all, listen. I can't do a poll from this phone because y'all know if you ain't new to this and you true to this when it comes to my channel, She Speaks on it. I talk all things politics on this channel. Child, I got multiple channels. So on this channel, it's strictly politics. It's strictly, listen, we go in. They be getting mad at us, y'all, over here. YouTube will shadow ban me. Y'all go on and look at them numbers on previous videos. When you see the numbers real low, that's because I'm in YouTube jail and I done got to talking some stuff and they like, because y'all, I go to work, I go to class. I affectionately refer to my subscribers as honor students because we are what? Lifetime learners. We ask questions. We ain't no sheep over here to just be easily led. We are asking questions. So that is what I do. I ask questions, I deep dive, I do research, and I come out here and I talk to you all and share the information that I learned. And I listen to you all, when I have opportunities, if I'm not driving, because I'm not always doing content while driving. This is just something I do when I'm driving into my office usually on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. So I get to it. Listen, I be having questions. And yesterday, a lot of people around the world had questions because they was all at what they call the world leaders meeting. How many of y'all got into that yesterday? Yesterday, there was like this big meeting, and y'all, guess who is the president right now? So y'all know with the world leaders meeting, so it's just like you're just picture being in a room and you have the leaders of every like nation. So I probably listened to maybe about 10 of, because the meeting was like probably over 2 hours, 3 hours. I probably heard the thoughts of maybe 10 to 12 different leaders, because I was working from home and kind of listen in the background. But y'all, guess who the president is of the world leader? So, when you go to the meeting, you're going to have one shot caller. So you had the representative of Russia, China, like everybody. You had your head person there. Somalia, the president of like this situation, the leader, the shot caller that was there was the president, was from the leader from Somalia. I found that ironic. I found that ironic considering that it has been on and popping in these U.S. streets when it comes to the Somali community. And here it is that there is this big meeting taking place with the leaders of all the lands, and the head kingpin, the head honcho, the shot caller happens to be from Somalia. Y'all better peep game and go look into it. Anything I tell y'all over here, y'all better go look into it. And when I tell you that the only person who had anything favorable to say about what Trump did as far as um, our U.S. forces rolling up in Venezuela, rolling up on Maduro, it was only a representative from the U.S. Y'all, all these leaders in these countries all have a big problem with what that man was kidnapped. It was illegally done. He didn't follow no rules. He went rogue. He was doing what he do in Trump style. Like, y'all know the norm. One thing about Trump, I will say, that man is very consistent. He is consistent. Whether you think he be lying, he's consistent. Whether you think he be strong arming and throwing his weight, he is consistent. Whether he be standing on business, he is consistent. That is a consistent man. That is a consistent man. No matter how you slice it and dice it, I don't think many people would disagree with that. On whatever side of the fence you are on when it comes to him, one thing you will say that you see with him is that he is consistent. He is consistent. And so it just comes down to, okay, do you rock with how he moves? Because he's consistent with how he moves, but do you rock with that? Do you support that? Do you think he is on the up and up with how he moves? That is the big question. That's the big question. And like myself, and even from what I'm hearing of many like people who were voters for him, or even like they said Fox News is even kind of giving him the side eye, because even people who voted for him, who proclaim to be MAGA, even those people are like, yo, like, like, I don't know, like, I don't know about this. So what I've been hearing is that what he did as far as rolling up into Venezuela the way he did, he broke the law because he did not seek congressional approval. He did not seek congressional approval, meaning that he did not go to Congress beforehand to say, yo, like, yo, this is what I want to do. I need your stamp of approval. I need your blessing because we trying to roll up on some folks. He didn't do that. He basically did what he did, and after the fact, like, well, listen, it had to be done because they was over there just listen. They've been sending drugs. And word on the curb is that the claims that's been made about Maduro are the same claims that turned into a guilty charge of the former president of Haiti. So people like, hold on, Chemo Sabe, hold on. And y'all, I didn't even know up until now, because I had kind of taken a break from content creation. Like I just came back like right after Thanksgiving. I had taken a 2-month break. Like right after Charlie Kirk passing, I kind of had taken a break. So I wasn't like tapped in like that, like, you know, how I normally am when I'm regularly doing content. But I didn't know that he had pardoned the ex-president of Haiti, and that man had been found guilty, and he was convicted of what, bringing in, they said like tons. I think that they say like 4 tons. Y'all, they said that man was found guilty of bringing in, I think, like 4 tons of drugs into the US, and Trump pardoned him. And so when Trump was questioned recently about like, yo, like, okay, this is following him capturing them going over there and getting Nicolas on January 3rd of 2026. The reporter was like, yo, like, Trump, like, help me understand. So you're saying that Nicolas needs to be behind bars, he needs to be punished because he's responsible for bringing in drugs into the US. I then gotcha. But you recently pardoned the ex-president of, I believe it was Haiti, and he was found guilty by the US, the American courts, for doing the same thing, probably on a large level. That man was found guilty, and you pardon him. I'm just, listen, report. I'm just trying to understand. Don't kick me out. Don't kick me out. I'm just trying to understand. Help me, help you, help me, help you. So that was the energy of the reporter. Y'all like the video. So Trump was like, all right then, like, bet, like, yeah, he was found guilty. He went to jail, but the Biden administration, you know, there was just some trumped up charges. They just was doing the most. That man didn't need to be in jail. They just put that on that man. Now I done told y'all that the man was found guilty through the courts. So my thing is, when it comes to like foreign people and they go through our court system, do you still view the jury as you've been found guilty by a jury of your peers? Like, is the American jury still considered the peers of Nicolas Maduro and this ex-president of Haiti? Because I don't know what his name is, because I told you I just learned about him. So like, it's, to me, it just seems like with this Nicolas situation, it seems to be a conflict, because y'all rock with me. If he went over to another country, pulled somebody, basically, or say, pulled them out their bed and say, come with me, bring them to our country, in our territory, in our courts, go before our American people, and then those people have to determine, guilt or innocence, don't y'all think that's a conflict? I'm just saying. I don't know, y'all. This is my first time at the rodeo with kind of really taking a look and listening to this, because to me it seems like it should be a different system, like like a third system. So it wouldn't be Venezuela system and it wouldn't be US system. Let's just say it was Brazil system. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying it seemed like it would be like another court system, not the US system, to determine guilt or innocence. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, this is where I'm struggling at, because it's like it's almost like we're the police, we're the judge, we're the jury. Y'all see, it's like we're in all seats. Y'all like the video. Like the video. It's 117 y'all in here. Let me know. Like, I'm trying to understand. And the consensus is that he did not handle this properly. Now, what isn't argued is that Nicolas Maduro is a bad person. I ain't heard nobody um, say anything good or anything to make you feel warm and fuzzy about him. I will say that. But just because someone isn't a good person, it doesn't mean that they deserve to be dealt with in a illegal way. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's still a process. What they say is not what you do, is how you do it. And I feel like with the way that Trump handled it, it kind of makes it kind of overshadows the character or the type of person that maybe Nicholas really is. Like, he'd be a bad person, but how many of y'all got Joe Rockhead kids that damn do the absolute most? But just because you know they're capable of doing the absolute most, you don't want some police officer coming and dealing with them in a certain type of way because, well, they got a history or a reputation. So they're just going to move on an assumption that you caught up in some. You see what I'm saying? Like, how that can be very dangerous. And here's the thing: if you let this slide with Trump rolling up into Venezuela, y'all think this man ain't finna try to roll up and try this in some other country? You see what I'm saying? Like, where do you stop it? Where do you have to stop it? Because either he'll roll up in another country and do just that, or another country leader may have an idea like that and want to do the same thing. Y'all see what I'm saying? That's why you have to have checks and balances, rules, laws, regulation. It creates order. We as people need order. That's what the US is based, like, that's the world. You need order. That's what makes the US, the way our country is ran, very differently than other countries. Is heavily rooted in the order that we have. You have to have order. So what I've seen since President Trump has been in office is that he kind of operates in a manner in which it's like, well, I'm going to do what I feel fit, and then I'll deal with the consequences or whatever later. Y'all know anybody like that who were like, I'll deal with that. I know I ain't supposed to be, but I'll deal with that later. This is what we repeatedly see with this administration. And when you do that, it takes away the attention. It takes away from where our attention really should be, because Nicolas Maduro, like, he is not a good person. His people over there celebrating. The Venezuelan people who are here, the Venezuelan people who are over there, they are celebrating. But here's the thing, y'all. Y'all like this video. It's 142 of y'all in here. I don't know why y'all be playing with me with the likes, but it is what it is. Listen up. These people are celebrating. They're celebrating because they feel like Trump has done them a favor by removing this dictator. How many people in this chat, y'all drop it in a comment, how many people view Trump as a dictator? Think about it. I done told y'all the way he operates is, I'm going to do what I feel like I need to do and justify it later. Can you get away with that? Think about it in your day-to-day life. Can you get away with that? Can you go and do what you want to do, break a law, and then be like, I'll deal with that later? We see that time and time and time again. That has been the common theme of this administration that I voted for. This administration that I vote for. I can admit that. That is what I do on this channel. I talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And a lot of people don't be here for it, but I don't care. It is what it is. Because I'm going to call out something if I see it's wrong. And there's been quite a bit that has been wrong underneath this administration. We going to talk about it. Like the video. Thumbs up the video. Comment. How do you feel about how things are going? How do you feel about this A plus 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 economy? This A plus 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 plus. I hope I said enough pluses. U.S. economy, because yours truly, President Donald J. Trump, said that is the economy we are living in. I ain't even got to the part yet to tell y'all about the updates with the garnishments of the student loans, but I'm gonna let that sit there. He said, listen, the only thing is up is your stock and 401k. And speaking of stock, the Dow went up. It hit a record high on yesterday following the capture of Nicolas Maduro. It went up to over 49,000. It hit a record high, and it's believed the reason why it went up high is because Nicholas was captured, and the oil. See, folks getting happy about this idea of getting them folks oil over there. How many of y'all been listening to President Trump speak, and whenever he speaks is more centered around what his plans are around the oil versus the country, building the country, the bad person that Nicholas was. It's like he's salivating at what he can do with that oil over there. Y'all better peep game. I don't care who you vote for, but you gotta recognize when a spade is a spade. This man, they said in, I think in his speech when he first spoke following picking up Nicolas Maduro, they said that, and y'all know he spoke, I don't know if it was even a full hour, but it was like on that morning of, I guess it was July 3rd, so it was Saturday. I remember because I was watching it. He was scheduled to speak at like 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. He got on like after that. But they said in that time that he was up there speaking, he said oil 25 times. They said that man spoke on oil. Like, so as I'm listening to him, you all, I'm thinking like, damn, like, what was this really about? What, y'all like the video? What was this really about? Was it really about getting this bad guy behind bars so he can stop wreaking havoc on his people, putting drugs in the U.S. street? What was it really about? Because the irony is that as he was up there talking, the conversation was heavy about oil. Heavy about oil. So I'm listening, you all. So at the end, and he's talking about that, a reporter asked him, so who's going to run Venezuela? Are U.S. going to run Venezuela? He was like, well, we'll run the Venezuela. They'll run Venezuela. I think he pointed to they, and they was, I think it was going to be like Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth. Hell, Pete Hegseth was under investigation for blowing he don't need to run nothing. Remember, we still trying to figure it popped off with the blowing up of the ships and the second explosive taking out two people that was hanging on the boat injured already. But anyway, he was like, well, they'll run the country. They'll work with I guess the VP that was over there, the woman, because she at the time hadn't gotten, I think, sworn in yet. They're going to work with her. And yeah, it's going to take time. And then he goes back into all these ideas he has about oil, and then slide in, yeah, because, we want the Venezuelan people to get the money. So, how somebody be talking and you hearing them and they talking a good game. You can do is just hope that what they talking, because it sound good. because that ending sounded real good as far as the plans on what the U.S. have for the Venezuelan people. It sounded real good. But at the same time, it's just like when you know Trump and how he moves, this man, there's always, it is always rooted in money and power and how he can benefit from it, financially benefit from it. So as I was preparing this morning for this live, I saw a headline talking about Trump making this offer to like these oil companies, like, yo, Exxon, Shells, whoever. I got a proposition for you. Y'all listen up and like this video. I don't know why y'all playing with me, but it's all good. I got a proposition for you. If y'all come on over to Venezuela and set up shop and get this oil situation together, I will reimburse you for the cost, your expense. I repeat, he said, if you oil companies, yeah, executive, oil is execs, I'm talking to you. If y'all come over to Venezuela and get this oil thing under wrap, however much it's going to cost you to come over and do that, because y'all know it costs to be, but you got to pay some money. I'll reimburse you. What do you guys think that means? Where is this money coming from? Because remember, remember we what, 37 trillion in debt. That's why they starting to garnish the student loans. Where the freak is this money coming from? But here's the thing, peep game. These oil execs don't want no parts of the situation. I done told y'all that nobody is rocking with this whole takeover of his. What they say, all money ain't good money. These oil execs are like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. They're not even interested, you all, in even going over dealing with that. A lot of people aren't here for what happened and how things went down. So they're like, yeah, nah. They don't want to go over there. He also said, yo, like, if y'all come over here and we make it do what it do, we can have this done in like 18 months. Ambitious, right? He said 18 months. He said everything, it can be up in their environment, everything will be up and going in 18 months. Oil execs, come on, let's do business. Let's get to this money. Let's get to this money. 18 months. 18 months tops. Now, fact check. So these experts are like, what is he smoking? What the hell he mean 18 months? It's gonna take at least 10 years to do what he trying to do as far as with the infrastructure and building and all that. Trump said 18 months, basically 2 pregnancies. Trump like, listen, knock out 2 kids 2 separate times, we gonna be up and go. And the experts are like, no, hold on, Chemo Sabe, hold on. It's gonna take at least 10 years, and the cost, y'all ready for the cost of what they say it's gonna cost? Because remember, he's telling these oil execs that will reimburse you for the expense. Y'all know what the reimbursement is? Y'all ready? Like the video. The cost of this project, I'm gonna call it a project. I'm gonna call what he's trying to do a project. The cost, it will be $1 billion to $1 trillion. Now, who finna pay that? He already coming at these people for student loans, and then half these people ain't got jobs, because if you've been following the unemployment numbers and the kids who's getting out of college who can't get jobs, y'all, it's a lot. That's why I had to take a break, because it be so deep, y'all, because I be deep diving into this stuff and it gets heavy. So $1 billion to $1 trillion it will cost to get Venezuela together. Now, keep in mind, y'all, we already be sending money over there anyway. Y'all know we take care. We be giving money out to everybody like we the doggone public assistance program. Y'all know we quick to hand out checks if you outside of the U.S. But let you be a U.S. citizen, you talk about you need a helping hand, they gonna give you the side eye and tell you to pull your bootstraps up. How many of you ever been, because I know I have, you been in a situation and needed to rely on this government that you pay your taxes into, and they give you the side eye and be on a Tasha K, I ain't got it. How many of you have been told I ain't got it? But we see time and time and time again, these people are people who come over into the US, foreigners, get the green light. This is how we in this situation with the is that the Minnesota where the Somali people is up there running game? No, Americans can't run no game like that. Y'all know good and dang well the FBA people, we couldn't get away with running no game like that. No, you can't, we can't even barely go into the bank and try to do the actual official application. They damn near trying to call security on us to get out. But though somebody who's non FBA, the foreigner can come over and get everything and be on TikTok gloating about it. I know I ain't the only one who's seen that, where you see the foreigners, people over here illegally taking benefits illegally, talking about how they get into it, and so what you gonna do about it? Who gonna check me boo energy? They have that who gonna check me boo energy. It's crazy. But though the American people, us who hold these student loans, they looking for us to go start repaying back our debt. But over here you got these people who are not foundational American people who are over here running game, and you barely see arrests. And if you do see arrests or hear about arrests, it's at the people at the bottom, because Lord forbids the people at the top get the handcuffs. Y'all know the people at the top, you just hear it. They just make headlines. You just hear about speculations with, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ever notice that the higher you are in the title, it's like just talk. Like you don't really see a lot of action. But with the little people, with your kids, your son, you, your man, your mama, like with the little people, the broke people, they will put you in cuffs in a New York second. But when you got you a title, so whenever I see headlines centered around somebody and they're saying politics and they got a title, I, I don't really take it serious. I treat it as, I believe it when I see it. Take Letitia Adams out of New York, the mayor. No, she's the attorney general. Sorry, correction. Attorney general. Child, she was caught lying on her loan application, claiming her father to be her husband, and also claiming a property in a whole nother state to be her primary residence so she can benefit from lower interest rates, receipts through and through. Oh, that got thrown out. Now let that be you. Let that be you and yours, or any regular person who ain't making $1 billion a year. Let that be them. Y'all ever see people get caught up in the legal system for far less ish than you see that a lot of these high up people? Like, think about it. Just as quick as you hear about them doing some shit, them folks then rolled up on them. But with these people with titles, we'll go years hearing, oh, the Clintons did this, the Obamas did that, year over year. That's why I'm like, when you're rich, when you got status, you just make headlines. And so I don't know, in their mind, they're like, oh, we'll just deal with them with the embarrassment. But we're regular people, oh, we're not dealt with just embarrassment. We're dealt with by getting sentenced to do time. Like, it's not about the embarrassment. So I noticed the difference. And that's why I be on here and I be talking the way I do, because I peep game. And I know a lot of people peep game too. And I talk about it because it's not fair. But this is America. In my Donald Glover voice, this is America. It's not fair. It is not fair. So let's talk about these student loans. So y'all, this week, what's today? The 6th, starting tomorrow. The notices, I think probably the notices, it's this week. The notices probably already went out in the mail and got the stamp put on them yesterday. But they said the week of January 7th. The garnishment notices for student loan borrowers who are 9 months behind, which is roughly about 270 days behind, oh, you getting put on notice. Let me explain to you what that means as you like the video. Y'all, it's 544 of y'all in here. I'm giving y'all the tea. I'm giving y'all the tea. Please just like the video. It's the little things for me. They're like, yo, we're sending out these notices this month because, listen, y'all got this debt and y'all need to pay it back. We in trillions of dollars. I know the Somalis over there taking up the money, because this is where you come in. We need you Americans to help pay down this debt. I know they done stole millions, billions, trillions, gabillions. I know, but yeah, they didn't know no better. Y'all see how other people get the pass? They didn't know no better. They see, they weren't raised here. They weren't raised with the same values as you, but you're American, so you know better. So you're responsible. We have higher expectations of you. So with that being said, this week notices are going out for those who are 9 months past due or 270 days. So it's about 9 months, 270 days. That's basically the same. You're getting a notice. Now, that notice is going out. Once you get your notice, 30 days from the time you get your notice, the garnishment will begin. You might say, well, Sheik, I ain't got no job. They don't care. They said there is no more $0 payment plans. They were like, them days over with. They said you have 5 years to not pay nothing because in 2020, during the pandemic, then President Biden allow for people to go on this deferment. Basically, people weren't paying student loans, and it wasn't like anything illegal. They were able to have the student loans on pause because of what was going on in the world. Makes sense, right? Fast forward to today. President Trump was like, they're like, yeah, listen, it's a new day. I know it might be the super flu going on out there, people getting sick, people in the hospitals, whatever. But listen, y'all done had 5 years. You need to start selling fish plates, spaghetti plates with Hawaiian rolls and red Kool-Aid and a slice of sweet potato pie because we don't do pumpkin. We do sweet potato and a slice of sweet potato pie and pound cake and get to it. Get to it. There is no $0 payment plan. You need to contact the what was that? The department. There's a website I have for you all. You can contact the to learn more about your. That's the studentaid.gov. Studentaid.gov. If you need to know what your student loan balance is, what payment plan options are, go to studentaid.gov. Peep this, y'all. Listen up as y'all like the video. Oh, y'all playing with me. Happy New Year. As of 2025, 5.5 million people already are in default. So that's the number of people who qualifies as of today to get put on notice that their check will be garnished. That's over 140 billion with a B dollars owed. And that's just from the people who are in default. Remember, more than 270 days or 9 months. There is another 5 million people who are 180 days late on their payments. So remember, you got to be more than 270 days to be considered in the default. So these people who are 180 days, they're very close. Now, they do not have to hit that 270 plus days if they take action and go to studentaid.gov. So here's the thing, y'all. On studentaid.gov, what I learned, there is a loan simulator on the website. So what you can do, what they're saying you can do, I didn't play around with it. I saw it just before I left my house. But there's a simulator, and it says that you can put your income for 2026 in. So I guess you already kind of know like what your money gonna be looking like. You can put your income in there, and then it will then let you know, okay, based off of that number, what you can afford or what it says you can afford to pay back in your student loans. Now, let's talk about the garnishments. The federal government can garnish up to 15% of your income post taxes. So After taxes, this is your money. So after everything else, the taxes and everything come out of your check, then 15% off of that. That is where the money will come from. 15% off of that. Now, once you get your notice, you have 30 days before to take effect. So within that 30-day window, you can request for a hearing. Y'all hear this? Once you get your notice in that 30-day window, you can request for a hearing to plead your case as to why it would be detrimental to you, your finances, your family, or whatever, to start repaying your student loans. It's a hearing. Now, I don't know who all on the board, if this board finna consist of Trump and Melania and Barron and Ivanka. I don't know who finna be on this board. But they saying there's a hearing that you can have, and they hear your case. So go to studentaid.gov to hear what they got to say, just to kind of get an idea. Because right now, the days of just sitting and doing nothing and just be like, listen, I just ain't got it. Those days are over with. You have to take action and call and start communicating and using your words. Go on to Chat GPT if you need help with getting your words and your thoughts together. I be telling y'all how Chat GPT is the new plug. Go on to Chat GPT to help you out. Just be like, Chat GPT, I got to call these folks. They asking for some money for student loans and I ain't got it. I ain't had it since before Tasha K ain't had it. I ain't got it. Can you help me find the words to tell Trump, Melania, Barron, Ivanka, to tell them all I ain't got it? Because for whatever reason, them looking at my bank account and my taxes, they ain't getting the memo. They ain't understand. They ain't understand it. I need for you to help me. Y'all, ChatGPT can really help you. They can help you get your words together. They can help you. They've helped me plenty of times. But this is the place that we're at. You can't sit anymore in the, well, I didn't know, or I just didn't want to deal with it. That don't fly anymore. That doesn't fly anymore. You have to communicate. Go online, find the number. If you go to that, what did I call it? That studentaid.gov. I'm sure there's probably a number. I'm sure there's a number on there and you can call them. But they said you can go to studentaid.gov. There's probably a lot of things that you can use or information you can get there, um, that may save you from calling the number, because y'all know Trump then let go of all these people, because they said, so here's another thing y'all learn. If you are in default of your student loans, your loan holder is the Department of the Department of Education. So you know how normally you might have Navy on, these different places that are hold your loans that you're used to seeing. If you're in that 270 plus days default stage, it's not them. It's with the Department of Education. The department. Now we know they done fired everybody. They didn't got rid of everybody. So yeah, it's probably about 7 folks answering the phone. It's about 7 folks answering the phone. Y'all know one disturbing thing I just learned over the weekend? I was listening to these 2 women get interviewed, and they were let go. They were part of they were once employed by the federal government. They were let go. They had both been working for maybe 30 years. I think, yeah, 30 years, 30 to 40 years. They both had years making money. So they went ahead and did the retirement route. So y'all remember, I talked about it because this was early on when I started talking politics on this channel at the top of the year. When people were being forced out of their jobs, remember the deal was, we're going to pay you through September 30th, your regular pay, but you just won't come to work. So you technically not really without a job until after September 30th. So you're free to go work another job, whatever, but you're still on payroll through September 30th, 2025. That was the deal. Some people did still work beyond, like, I have a friend who was working for the IRS. She worked until like June. Y'all don't ask me what this tax season finna look like, because they done let everybody go. It's gonna be about 4 people doing taxes. So I was listening to these two women talk about how they still have not started getting their retirement checks. Now, I done told y'all that these people last check was September 30th, because remember, the deal was we're going to continue to pay you until September 30th if you go ahead and accept this offer. So they both accepted the offer, like, bet, we'll do the retirement, whatever. Each of the women, they asked both of the women, all right, then, how much money would you be pulling in from that if you were to be getting paid? One woman said about $6,000, and one woman said maybe a little more than $7,000. Now, I always heard these government jobs was them good jobs. Them good jobs. Who y'all know getting a retirement check that's $6,000 and $7,000? This is what these two women who put up years through the federal government. This is, they said, what their retirement checks was gonna look like. So you know they was well into the six figures. So they asked the ladies, like, oh my God, they like, what have you been doing to get by? One lady was like, well, my children, my adult children, they stay with me and they pay the utilities. Like, they're basically helping her, like, with paying bills. The other lady was like, through prayer. Like, when they asked her, so how are you getting by? She said, through prayer. And then she went on to talk about, like, she's an artist, and looks like she was sitting in her office and she does some like painting and things like that. So she's been hustling, having to just do, your side hustle that you had. It's just like it had to kind of turn into like her only gig. So she's just been having to go hard with her talents, her skills, to make ends meet. But both ladies was just like, listen, I'm on a wing and a prayer. Like, it's a struggle. Lord, I hope they ain't got no student loans that they got to pay back, because what I've learned is that even if you don't have a job, that does not exempt you from not having to repay back your student loans. When they're looking at these people at default, they don't care that you're unemployed. Like, that doesn't matter. They don't care. You need to be, at minimum, be paying $10 a month. I learned over the weekend. $10 a month. There's the zero payments. Oh, those days are over with. He was like, that was under Biden. It's a new sheriff in charge. It's a new sheriff in town. Trump said it is a new sheriff in town. It is a new sheriff in town. So I just encourage you all to just don't sleep on this. If you have student loans, look and see what your options are. If there are options for you to have a hearing, explore those options. Like, do whatever you need to do. Do whatever you need to do, because the second layer to this is that those people who are in default will not be getting a tax return, because more than likely your tax return is less than what you owe them. So y'all remember this $1,000, $2,000 tax return? Remember this whole tax thing that he's trying to do, that they're saying that they're giving money back because of all the money that's been made from the tariffs? Because y'all, I don't know if you know, but that's kind of where this is coming from, with the $1,000 to $2,000. So basically, it's like, in a household, if there's one adult, it's $1,000 you can get back. So it all takes place at the time when you're filing your taxes. If there's, like, you're married, like myself, I'm married. So that would be 1,000 for me, 1,000 for my husband. So that's how you get to the 2,000. So it's either 1,000 or 2,000, depending on how many adult taxpayers in the house. So if you file just yourself and your kids, it's just gonna be that. If your man ain't on there, he ain't getting it. He got to go file his own taxes and get it. But that's how it works. So with these people who are in default, because remember, it's 5.5 million currently in default, they're not going to benefit from the $1,000 to $2,000 tax credit. No money like that. They're not going to be. So the way they put it out there is like, you got to file your taxes, because it's not going to be just like a check coming to you in the mail. You have to file your taxes. So my thing, the way I'm picturing it, is that when you file your taxes, it's going to be more like a credit. So if you are already kind of owing money, then it's probably gonna come off of that. You're not gonna get it. You see what I'm saying? If you already owe, like, because I guess it'll probably come off the federal, because taxes is state and federal. So my thoughts is, this is just my thoughts of what makes sense to me, is when you file your taxes and say if you owe federal taxes. Let's just say you owe $2,000 in federal taxes, and Trump is giving you $1,000 credit because of the tariffs. You now are down to you are now down to $1,000 you owe in taxes. You see what I'm saying? Because the $1,000 credit went against your $2,000 bill. So that is what I'm picturing how it's going to work. Because to me, it doesn't make sense that they're going to send you a check out the door, say for the fans, but though you owe them. It doesn't make sense to me. So I believe that's how it's going to go. But talk to your tax preparer and find out, so you'll know if whether or not you need to be rushing to go file your taxes or not, because a lot of people may be rushing, trying to kill themselves to go out and file their taxes, thinking that they're about to get this money, but because they owe the federal government, whether through student loans or whatever, or say previous unpaid taxes, like, you're not going to get it. So you need to kind of understand that. But here's the thing, you all. Right now, y'all know that we're on an extension from that government shutdown. We're on an extension. So what that means is we have until January 30th to come up with something centered around like this whole ACA, the healthcare thing, or whatever, because we're only on an extension. And as of right now, anybody who was on the who had health benefits under the Affordable Care Act, that was formerly the Obamacare, effective January 1st, the expectation is for them to pay full price for whatever the premium is. There's no more like subsidies going towards it. So if the normal premium is 2,000, you got to pay 2,000 versus maybe in the past of the 2,000 you maybe paid 400. You see what I'm saying? So you now are on the hook for the entire bill. You're on the hook for the entire bill. So you got a lot of people right now who started the year out without medical benefits because open enrollment has already passed. And a lot of people, they did not select a plan to opt into anything during open enrollment because of the anticipation that the subsidies were not going to play a part in the ACA, in their medical benefits. So they was like, all right, then I'm just not going to even opt into anything. Good morning, Virtuous. Good morning, my awesome mods. I'm not going to lock into anything. So then you got some who was like, okay, I'm just going to sit still and just pray to the gods and just leave everything as is and just roll over into 2026. So for those people, like I said, use an example. If their premium was $2,000 in 2025 and maybe they were paying $400 on that, now instead of paying $400 on the $2,000 premium bill, they're now on the hook for paying the full 2,000. You see what I'm saying? It ain't no subsidies. So you got a lot of people who started a year out who don't have insurance, and there are a lot of people who are in these hospitals that are sick. I just learned last night that I have a family member who just left the hospital from being sick. At the end of last year, I have a little niece who left the hospital from being sick. So it's this time of the year. And I believe they're calling what we're seeing now is like the super flu. Like, it's really bad. It's attacking the respiratory. People are struggling with breathing. Basically, they're being diagnosed with pneumonia. So my niece, she's 13. She was diagnosed with pneumonia right before the right after the Thanksgiving break. So she couldn't even go to school the last 2 weeks of, to end the semester. But she's like a super smart student, so she was exempt from her finals. So they're like, hell, you're gonna get an A plus 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 anyway. She get them Trump grades. So her first day back to school was yesterday. And then I learned that a cousin who's like my age, I'm 45, she's a year older than me, she's 46. She's like, yo, I've been in the hospital. I start going down for the count on New Year's Eve, and I'm still over here struggling to breathe. Keep your head up, fam. So it's bad out here. So with that being said, a lot of people are in situations to where they don't have medical coverage to go see about themselves when they start going down for the count, which means that these hospitals are going to be flooded with people, because that's typically where somebody will go who don't have medical benefits. Because I don't think, I guess you really can be turned away. They just going to tell you, okay, we'll send you a bill. And now I guess you just going to have these crazy medical bills. I don't know what that's going to look like. So if we don't work out this thing this month, by January 30th, it can shut the government, do a partial shutdown for the government. It'll shut the government down again. And we'll be back in a situation where we are needing the red and the blue to play together. And y'all see how well that went last year. So can you imagine revisiting that? It just seemed like just yesterday where people wasn't getting their money, the TSA working. Y'all, what do y'all think that? Let me know, anybody in these comments who was impacted by that. Can you imagine going through that again come February? Because that is what the expectation is. And here's the thing. So when I think about that, if there's a government shutdown, I think about this money that President Trump said that he was going to give to the people because of the money we've made for tariffs. If the people aren't able to file their taxes, because remember, if the government is shut down, it's going to impact the IRS. So there's not going to be any movement with tax filing. So if there's no movement with tax filing, to me, that means there is not going to be movement for people to be getting these checks in the mail, these deposits in their account. Because as of right now, in order for you to get that money, you have to file your taxes. I have not heard the government talk about alternative ways to getting the people that money. I don't think it's going to get to the people in any other way outside of being filed through taxes. I think that is going to be leverage that, say, the Republican Party will have with getting their way, to be like, yo, like, if y'all want this money, y'all better talk to your local, them Democrats, to tell them to agree to whatever it is that we trying to do if y'all want this money, because that was the message before. That was the message before. The Republicans didn't bend. It was the Democrats that bend. So y'all think it ain't going to be any different? Y'all think the Republicans going to bend? The Republicans stand on business. They underneath Trump leadership. Trump stands on business. They all stand on business. They all have that stand on business energy. The Democrats is the ones who you see break the line. And Schumer, y'all remember he got cussed out last year when he broke the line. And then this past fall, when there was a few other ones that broke the line, they got cussed out, and people saying y'all don't need to vote them back in. So from what I see, is typically the Democrat Party who don't hold the line. But the Republicans kind of, they be like, we ain't new to this, we true to this. They ready. And I don't see them moving any differently. I don't see them moving any differently. Y'all let me know in the comments who y'all think gonna break. If we go into another government shutdown, y'all know how the last one ended. And the one before that. If we go through another government shutdown, who do you think is gonna fold? Will it be red or will it be blue? Who is going to fold? Because red ain't got nothing to lose. They're like, we the shot call. We ain't got nothing to lose. We don't have nothing to lose. We got what you need. We got what you need. So it's going to be quite interesting, disturbing, sad, all of that. Because even though, like, I don't, I'm not impacted, like, directly, like, it impacts us indirectly. Like, how many of you got impacted in some type of way, especially while traveling? I was traveling at the top of the start of the shutdown. So fortunately, I traveled twice during that time, two times during that time. When it first started, and then towards the end. I don't listen, Linda, listen. We all out here on a wing and a prayer. I be telling y'all what, it's hard out here for a pimp. Pimping ain't easy. Ask Nicolas Maduro. Pimping ain't easy. Ask his wife Cecilia. Listen, pimping ain't easy, y'all. Pimping ain't easy. And the ones who really hollering pimping ain't easy right now is them doggone Somali people and these people who about to get garnished for their student loans. They got a testimony for you. They got a testimony for you. So I say on here, listen, we don't have any saviors out here. Red is not going to save you. The blue is not going to save you. You have to save yourself. And you have to figure out what that means for you. Whether that means that you need to seek a second job, a third job, a fourth job, replace with the job you own, start a business. It's all on you. It's always actually been on you. But the way the world has been set up and the government has been set up, it's been set up in a way to have you to believe that the only way you can move and do great things is through the dependency of someone else, through the dependency of the red or through the dependency of the blue. And that is a lie. It's always been in you. And I think now in these times, more people than ever before are starting to realize and recognize what that means. You got the power. You can make the change. Are you tired yet? Are you tired? Because that's normally when that change, that breakthrough happen, when you freaking tired. When you're tired, same things happen over and over again. What they say, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting something different. You got to do something different. And it has to start with you not being reliant and dependent on people outside of yourself. How can you elevate yourself? How can you up your game? How can you maybe become better and more efficient in what it is that you're doing? And I tell you, and I've been saying this lately on here, if you need help with trying to figure that out, utilize one of the AI resources that are out there. I like Chat GPT. When I have questions centered around anything, whether it's life, work, anything, health, I go to Chat GPT and I ask questions because you all, it's a wonderful tool because it's a tool. It's used to help, not to depend on, but to help. If you got a business idea, or you don't even have a business idea, but you know you got strong skills, you can put that in Chat GPT. Hey, Chat GPT, oh my God, I love to read. I love to read. I can read. If I can spend the rest of my life reading, tell me a way where how I can create a business centered around this, how I can make money. You see what I'm saying? It's real simple. You just got to give it a command. You got to give it something to work with. In seconds, it's going to kick back these different ideas and things that you can do centered around the things that you like, centered around your skills, centered around your education. It's going to kick back things, I guarantee you, that you never even thought of before. That's why I like it. It's supposed to be used as a tool to help you, not something as a crutch, but a tool. Use it as a tool because, like I said, it's so much going on. You don't have all. all the answers. None of us have all the answers, and that's okay. But smart people ask questions. I always say smart people ask questions. And asking questions, this falls into that space of asking questions. You're going to the internet, you're going to chat GPT, you're putting in your questions, you're seeking out answers. Why? Because you're tired. You're tired. You need more than what you've been getting. You like, listen, I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. It's so funny as I'm talking about this last night, like at midnight, I was still up listening to the Tasha K and Cardi B debacle, child. I got an entertainment, child. I need to go spend some time on that channel to talk about the madness going on between them. But I get this text message from my brother, and he's just hitting me with all these business ideas. And I know they're coming from his use of the AI, because as he's sending me these ideas, he's sending me these images of these snacks and things, and it already got the name and the logo. So I'm like, bruh is playing around with AI. Because as I would give him, I'd say, well, what about this? He'll quickly maybe send me back something that's revised with a new image. So it let me know he's going inside of the AI tool, like a chat GPT, and putting in a prompt that says, hey, remove this, add this. You see what I'm saying? And voila, like instantly he has a revised business plan logo. You see? But because I use AI, I know how it works. So I'm like, oh, bro, over there using AI, I am not mad at him. But remember, I told you when you get tired, I'm sitting at a traffic light right now. When you get tired, and I know my brother is tired, I know he's tired. And that's what happens when you become tired. You got this burst of energy to be like, yo, I'm ready. I'm about to get to it. I can't do this anymore. Like, I got this idea because what I'm doing over here, it ain't working. It's not enough. I got responsibilities, so I got to do something different. And that's that energy, that drive come, y'all, when you get tired. How many of you have ever felt that when you've been tired and then suddenly you just get this burst of energy and you be like, damn, and people like, yo, it's like you moving differently. People like you got a different pep in your step. You done daggone, you looking different, like people like, yo, what's happening? You got this fire in you. That's because nobody can get tired for you. You know when you're tired. Are you tired yet? Are you tired yet? Because that's when you have your breakthrough. That is when you have your breakthrough. Overcome your fear. Change can be scary. Nobody is exempt from that. Change is very scary. But guess what? It's inevitable. Whether you choose to sit on a log or not, things around you is still changing. Do you want to be left behind? That is the question. Because time, I tell people, you might as well do something with your time, because guess what? It's happening anyway. Whether you're in the game or on the sidelines, it's happening anyway. So you might as well choose to be a part of it, be in the game. You might as well, right? Because it's happening anyway. I mean, that's how I look at y'all. It's really not that deep, but I think a lot of times people just make things deep because they don't know where to start. They're afraid. They think they don't have money, resources, or whatever. But the thing that I've come to learn, y'all, and y'all can let me know if you've experienced it. Have you ever experienced to where you're at a place in your life to where you're ready for something, ready for change, and then the stars start aligning, and suddenly certain people start coming into your life, and then there's certain resources you got, like things that just wasn't there yesterday, but just because you're ready now, it's here today. It's divine. Like, that's law of attraction. Like, that's a real thing. Thoughts become things. When you start changing your thoughts, things start to align in the 3D, 4D, 5D, in the physical with your thoughts. That's how it works. That's how it works. Those resources, people pop up. You ever see that you suddenly had this idea, and now just because you got this idea, you up in a Walmart, you talking to somebody, and so happened they connected or tapped in, or they're a resource or something to this idea you had. It happens just like that all the time. All the time. Because he will send you what you need. Your higher power, he will send you what you need when you need it. It's going to come. You just got to let them know, hey, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for change? Are you ready for something different, something more? Because when I tell you, baby, when that feeling hits you, when you like, I can't do this no more. I'm ready. There is no one can talk you out of it. Y'all know that feeling when you just feel like, I can't do this anymore. I'm ready. I got to get out. I got to change. I can't be in this situation anymore. And you just bust a move. And it's like, you just like, oh my God, I just suddenly got the courage. That's because you're ready. You weren't ready before. You're ready on your own time. And it's okay. You're not ready on my time, your mama time, your man time, your woman. You're ready on your time. That's life. That's life. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. Any of you. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. I have faith in you. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. It just starts from within and knowing that you got to do the work. It starts with you. Everything starts with you. Everything starts with you. Like the video if you haven't, please. Thank you all for joining. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Welcome to my channel, Chic Speaks. I talk all things politics on this channel. As I said, I have multiple channels. This is my political channel, so I talk all things politics on this channel. This is where I spend like most of my time talking politics with the people. So, welcome. If this is your first time joining, this is what I do. Sometimes I'm stationary, but I'm usually most of the time my content is on Tuesday and Wednesdays when I'm driving into my office. It helps me, um, pass the time away as I'm driving. Joining me, like the video. Uh, Subscribe to the channel because, like I said, there's different formats that I do my lives. Sometimes I'll be in front of my laptop. I've arrived. Sometimes I'll be in front of my laptop and I can show you guys things. But when I'm driving, like before I leave, I'll kind of take some notes and kind of from my head and memory because when I'm writing, it helps me to remember things. Then I'll talk to you all about the things that are going on. And yeah, so welcome. I'll try to get through some of the comments before I go. So let me see what's going on. Uh, what's going on? Hey, what's up, Tim? Let me see. So Goddess said most Somalians need to be investigated. Do y'all think Ilhan Omar is going to be deported to Somalia? I see so many headlines and things talking about her. And like I said, I told y'all the higher up these people are, the less likely, the less I have faith that like something's going to happen to them. So she falls into that category of I got to see it to believe it because I just don't think that I just don't see it happening because excuse me, I think she's came over here as a kid. Remember, and they say that she married. So for some of you who may wonder, like, well, why would they be trying to send that woman? I mean, isn't she legal? Why would they be trying to send that woman back to Somalia? So word on the curb, and I have seen the marriage certificate, is that she married her brother in order for him to obtain citizenship here in the U.S. Now you might be like, she what? How? Like, what are you talking about? So listen up, peep game. So she's been married, she's been married 4 times. So I'm about to y'all listen up, take note. I'm gonna run down her husbands. She was married, her first husband, she was married to so the first husband wasn't the brother. It was another man. She had 2 children with him. I don't have the timeline in front of me, but I know how she got to each man. So the first husband she married, he wasn't brother, no relation that we know of. Like she married him, they had 2 children. She divorced him and married who is said to be her brother. Now, peep game, y'all. She was only married to him, I want to say 1 year. It was like 1 or 2 years. It was really short. It was between 1 and 2 years she was married to the brother. She divorced him, so no kids came out of that. She divorced him and went back to husband number one. Why do you think she went back to husband number one? To me, I feel like she went back to husband number one is because they never stopped loving each other. She just had to handle her business and divorce him so she can marry her brother to get him over here. You see what I'm saying? She had to tell her husband, like, listen, you know I love you, but I got to handle business. I got to get my brother over here. You sit tight. You sit tight. We gonna play the game. But I'm gonna marry him and do it for however the amount of time I need to just make it not look questionable. And I'm coming back home. So don't be having no holes in the bed, because it'll look like she'll roll up on me. So she was married to the brother for like a year or two. I know it was very short. She divorced him, went back to husband number one, and I believe they had a third child together. So when she went back home, they ended up making another baby. So now they had three kids. So then they were married for another few years. Then she divorced him. Now today, fast forward to today, she's married to some white man or whatever. So she's on her third husband, but fourth marriage. She married husband number one 2 times. Y'all follow all that? I know it's a lot. It's cutting out. Can y'all hear me? I'm in my parking garage. I've arrived. But I just want to throw that out there. So yeah, I think that should she leave? Should she leave? Yes. Will she leave? Only if she wants to. I don't see her getting thrown out. I don't see her getting thrown out. If anything, maybe her brother, because he came over here illegally. Um, she participated with him coming over here illegally, but um, them being able to deport her, I don't see that happening. So again, that falls into um the my mindset of I gotta see it, because I don't see that happening. Just like I don't see the Tim Waltz, the guy with his the politician over there, and how his hand being all up in stuff. Like, I don't see anything really legally happening to him either, even though they are all responsible for shutting down the whole child care subsidy program across the US. Y'all know about that? I didn't make note of that to talk about this, but do y'all know that Trump has put a pause on the subsidy program that pays money into like the child care services and daycare services across all 50 states because of them doggone Somali people? Like, they done messed it up for everybody. So like, for example, like I live in Georgia. So like if I had children and the government helped to offset like my costs because I was like considered like low income. There's like programs for that where kind of like what we were talking about with the ACA, with the healthcare, where there's government, programs, federal programs that will pay into things. So there's programs for like the child care. And I think this goes to like daycare, because some older people or seniors, they go to daycare homes. So I think this impacts them too. Daycare facilities and childcare. So daycare, which can be like any age. So daycare any age. Childcare is children. So Trump was like, "Yo, we shutting up shop. We ain't paying out nothing. We need to receive receipts. We need to see receipts." So each of these, like all the daycares, the daycares, the child care, all the facilities have to produce receipts to the Trump administration to show the qualifications for everyone who's participating in the program to receive subsidies. See what I'm saying? So he ain't going on no because of what you said, because going off of because of what you said has gotten us added about another trillion to that debt that we got going on. So he like, F that. I'm trying to see something. You want this money? You need to show me a receipt, because the days of me taking anybody's word is done. It's over with. It's over with. So that is already in effect. Y'all, that stopped, I think, before January 1st. So people right now who rely on that income, that money for their children, like, they got a situation right now. They got a whole situation right now. Cause Trump, like, listen, we ain't releasing nothing until we get, and that's gonna take time because these businesses are going to have to do their own internal audits to get their paperwork and receipts together, right? To go ahead to send over to the Trump administration so they can, verify it and do all the stuff that should have been happening. And what was that Minnesota? What state was that with the Somali people? I get Massachusetts, Minnesota mixed up. Which one of those states? Um, it should have been happening there, but it wasn't. All them people was like, was, yo, I need another 140 million. Listen, and the check was being written. The deposits were in Minnesota. Thank you, Big Stop. Thank you so much, Minnesota. So questions weren't being asked. Questions weren't being asked. But again, these were foreigner people. So I take it back to how many times you, as the FBA, the American citizen, have gone somewhere, tried to qualify and do everything by the book, and they asking you damn near everything your mama did. They all up in your business for $100. How many of y'all have experienced where you just trying to get a little something, something, and they all listen? They trying to see who you was with last night. They all up in your business, your bed, like they trying to who was down there, like they trying to know everything. But though a foreign person can just try, create some false paperwork, slide it across somebody's desk, and get a check for millions of dollars. That's why I say a lot of this stuff that's taking place with foreigner, non-foundational people is stuff that the American people wouldn't be able to get away with it on that type of level. Founder said it was a white lady who got arrested in Minnesota. Yes, it was one white lady. How many Somalis was it? I think she was the face of one of those programs. The main lady was right. She was the face. You know how you need your face when you need that person that you need to send out there to go knock on doors to ask for the money, because you can't send the Somali person to go ask for the 140 million. You gotta send Karen, because Karen fits the par. She know how to speak the language, the lingo. But the Somali people are the plugs that's really doing the hooking and crooking and got the knowledge in that area. But they need someone who can get in the door, who's tapped in, who got relationships with the people at the top. You see what I'm saying? So she was like I said, the face, the mascot, because most of the people in the empire, they were Somali people. Sam says she was the far back person so they could get the fallback. Yeah, you got to have that person to where, you know how you got to have somebody who cleaned up to go in. Like, you can't have the rough look. You got to have somebody who looks like they're trustworthy, who looks like the person who looks like they make people feel comfortable. Because we gonna keep it real. Everybody don't have a look that will put somebody at ease. Y'all ever see some people that look real rough? You like, you got some rough looking folks out here, regardless of the race. You got some rough looking folks. But you got some people who just look cookie cutter and they be the most scandalous, but because they look a certain way, it might be some of y'all. How many of y'all know the most scandalous person you know is they look different? They look like the sweetest, the nicest, but that's that one. You might have some kids. I got 3 kids, but that one, you got that one that people will think that's more on the up and up than the other ones, but that's that one you really need to watch out for. Like, it be that. And I don't think it's a bad thing, because I personally feel like that it's smart to move in a way to where people don't really know, like, from a physical, they don't really know what's coming. Like, I don't, I think that's the best way to be, quite frankly. To where You want to make sure you're presenting yourself good, but you know you about that life, you about that business, but they don't know that on that type of level. But you know, because what they say, you don't want to let the right hand know what the left hand doing. So Karen in the situation, I'm calling her Karen, she's the white one. Karen in the situation, she was that one that had the look to where no one really was going to ask questions on that type of level. And then as she would maybe introduce or bring in her friends, her Somali friends, the white folk would be kind of comfortable because it's like, oh, well, you know, they good with Karen, so they have to be good people. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's what it was about. But most of the people, yeah, they were Somali people. They were Somali people. But yes, there was one white woman. She was the token of the group. She was the token of the group. Big Scoop said many of the Somalis were born in the U.S., sent money to Kenya, Somalia, Israel, aided this. Yep, I saw that how so many of them were sending money to Kenya and buying, putting money, investing in like big buildings and high rises and stuff like that. Crazy work. Meanwhile, that money that they just stole have contributed to this crazy debt that we have. But though they're looking for me, you, and you, American citizens, to pay it back regardless of what your work situation is. They were like, listen, we gotta bring down this debt. But you all, we've come to see that a lot of this debt is not from us. It's from just money just being sent off to overseas. Y'all know we always writing a check out to somebody. We always giving a check to somebody. And as we've come to see, these people over here can easily steal money from the system. So what? But though we got to be the one to take the high road and pay it back. Because that's how I interpret it. They're being aggressive with these student loans because the debt is crazy. But as we're coming to see how this debt has gotten out of control, it ain't largely because of the doggone student loans. It's because y'all the government been sending checks out the door to everybody who in need. Treating acting like they Section 8, giving vouchers and stuff to every countries. Like, that's why we in debt. It ain't the student loans. Baby, we ain't about 37 trillion in debt. Student loans is, I don't even know yet. I haven't even stopped. Y'all can stop and look that up to know what percentage of the debt is from student loans. I'm going to say it's probably under 5. Now, we need to learn what percentage of this debt is from fraudulent activity. What percentage of this debt is from giving money to people who are here illegally, people who have overstayed? Y'all, yesterday, let me tell y'all story time. Y'all like this damn video. I'm coming out of Walmart. I'm like, I need to go to Walmart. I need to get me some incense. I'm about to do some things. I need some incense. So, woosah, let me get some incense. So I go to Walmart. Y'all, how about if I'm not even parked in the handicap on this day? I'm I'm doing right. I'm parked in a regular parking spot. I walk outside. I'm on the phone. I'm talking to my mama, running my mouth about something, probably yours truly, President Donald J. Trump. I walk up to this old woman, y'all, hitting my car in a Mercedes. Now, most of y'all maybe have come outside and say you later discovered that your shit got hit, but you don't know who did it. You trying to speculate like I know that over there hit it. I could tell. I literally walked like y'all. It was like in slow motion, like literally me just been on the sidelines and watching this woman just hit my. So y'all, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready in my Kevin Hart. I wasn't ready. So I'm sitting there like I know you effing lying. So she hit my shit. So I'm parked here. There's an empty parking here. She trying to turn in. Her passenger front clipped my driver in. So she clipped it because she was too wide to turn in. Houseway, I don't damn know because the parking spot she was supposed to be in was the front. I don't even know how you F that up. I told y'all she was old. She like she's buying her 70s. So she hit my ish and then backed out And I'm sure she wasn't expecting for the owner of the vehicle that she damn hit to be standing right there observing it like I'm at the Falcons game. So after she pulls out, I walk up to my car, unlock the door to sit my purse down, and then go to start looking at my damn car. Miss Mary, I'm calling her Miss Mary, and roll her window down, leaning out. Is that your car? Is anything wrong with it? Yeah, I had to keep my cool. I couldn't be cussing out somebody great grandmama. I had to keep my cool. And she had an accent, so she was a fucking foreigner. She had to be from Africa, one of these islands, but she didn't talk like me. So I said, well, yeah, y'all. She parks her car, get out, and be like, well, where? I don't see nothing. Okay, so I couldn't call. She tried to play crazy like she didn't see what the heck her car then done to my car. Meanwhile, her car then got jacked up too. I said, you don't see that? Or how about you don't see what the hell your car look like? Well, straight crazy. It was an afterthought. I think after I was telling my mom about it, she was like, she probably not here legally. Because I was like, she was like, well, what you want to do? I'm about to call the popo. I'm one of those. I needs to have my receipts. Remember, like Donald Trump, we do receipts. We do receipts, ma'am. I'm about to call 911 and have them come and write this report. Well, why we need to do that? It ain't nothing. This my car. That's the beauty of freedom to damn move the way you need to move in these US streets. She was so mad at me, y'all. She didn't want me to call the police, but I guess she didn't want to be in that system. So she probably been over here for years and shouldn't be here. So me calling them folks, y'all know they got to run your information. So now Miss Glenda, whatever the hell, I don't even know the woman name because I didn't even ask her name. I didn't even talk to her no more. I took my picture of her driving her plate and the damage of her car. Miss Mary, we ain't got ish to talk about, Miss Mary. If you want to go on to Walmart, you can go and take it. You can go on to Walmart and go get your plantains. You can go on to Walmart if you want to. I'm staying right here. I told that woman I like to have receipts. I don't even know if I'm going to even be reporting it to the insurances. I don't even know if I feel like doing all that, but I like to have options. So just in case if I do want to report it, I'm going to have that option. She was so done with me, but I was done with her. How you finna tell me how to handle my situation when you hit my ish? Y'all, then she had a nerve to be walking around my whole car taking pictures like I hit her ish. Ma'am, you didn't hit me. But you walking around surveilling doing the most like I didn't hit you. That woman wasn't legal, y'all. This that ish that I'm talking about. This is that ish I'm talking about. That woman would have straight pulled out and went on about her business had I not walked up on her hitting my ish. This that stuff that I am talking about. This is that stuff. Watched it. Watched it with my own eyes. So I'm like, nah, So the more she was annoying me, the more I'm like, yeah, we finna wait for this popo to come on up out of here. We finna wait for this man to come on out of here and do this police report because you too adamant about not wanting me to involve anybody. So then remember she went through, well, she's like, well, I mean, if it was me, then I just wouldn't hear. I said, oh yeah, that's why people are unique and how we're different. People move differently. We're entitled to move differently. So how you would handle the situation, that's perfectly fine. But I'm handling the situation differently. That's the beauty of being able to have the freedom to do that. Then it went to, oh, well, do you want me to tell you who my mechanic is? Y'all, she was talking all the language of, yeah, she didn't want to be in these folks' system. But guess what? She in the system now. She pissed me the hell off. She in the system now. I'm still marinating on it if I even want to call her insurance when I get this police report tomorrow to report it or not, because I really don't feel like putting my car in the shop. I don't know yet. I have not decided. I haven't decided. I have not decided. But I'm like, girl, like, how you finna tell me? Like, So that's how my day at Walmart went. So I was late to my meeting, needless to say, because I was playing around with her in the parking lot because she didn't hit my car. Coming off a few months back, coming out of another grocery store where someone had keyed my car. I don't know what it is with me in parking lots. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, me in parking lots, yeah, it just, and see, when the car got keyed, I was in the handicap and it got keyed. This time I wasn't even in the handicap, child. So yeah, that's my life. So I'm working through that. I'm fine. What's up, Anthony? I like yourself. Where do I find one of your common sense, integrity, and beauty don't always go together? Thank you so much. Depends on the state. Virginia doesn't issue tickets typically in parking lots. Yeah, Georgia doesn't. It's private park property. So yeah, it was no citation. The officer was like, "Well, I ran both of your because nowadays, y'all, we got the real ID. Everything's just on your driver's license, so you ain't got to pull out no insurance card or whatever. You give them your ID, they gonna be able to tell you all they gonna be able to see everything they need to see about your life. I gave them him my ID, she gave him hers, and then when he returned it, I was like, "Do I gotta get the insurance information from her?" He was like, "Oh no, I've already verified all of that through your driver's license. Both of you have insurance. When you get the police report, which should be ready by Wednesday, it'll have that information." Bet. So this real ID is real. Like it's just like everything is on there, child. This just the top. This is the this is before you get the chip being put in you. That's the next level stuff. Getting something put in you. But for now, the driver's license, the real ID, it has like everything pretty much they need to know. Anything more they want to know is going to be coming from that chip that's down the line. Get ready. They gonna be trying to come at you with that if you kind of into that kind of thing, but just letting you know that's the next step. So yeah, it was no ticket or whatever, but she annoyed me, like, girl, like, and I kept in mind like she was old. I even picked up her money. Like she dropped her coins when she was getting her ID out. Me being me, I'm bending down, picking up her quarters because it's hard out here for a pimp. And Miss Mary, I'm sure need her quarters. So I picked up her 3 quarters from the ground and gave them to her, even though she had annoyed the ish out of me. But I know how to act. I know how to be respectful. I didn't cuss her out or nothing, but I was speaking to her very direct and polite. I'm a very assertive person. So she knew I wasn't no dumb, like nothing to be played with, but she can has to say, like, yeah, I was respectful, like, but I wasn't with her ish. Like, Miss Mary, like, you know, Miss, we waiting on these popo. You doing too much, Miss Mary. You're doing too much. You're doing too much, Miss Mary. So we got past that. My car is still drivable now. I just got to wait for the police report. And that's on that. You all, thank you for joining this live. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I had not been live in a couple of weeks. I just took a break during the holiday time, spend time with my family, my son home from college. Lord Jesus, I hope this education system is just better and fixed by the time he finishes and have to, when student law. Oh my God. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. Sound you say, yes, that's what you say my insurance may go. Yes, that's why I'm contemplating if I'm going to report or not, because I understand how even when things aren't your fault, the insurance will go up. But Miss Mary, she was making me, she was annoying me. So that's what I did tell her. I was like, Miss Mary, I might not even report it. I don't know. I just like to have options. I just want to have my receipt. So if I do decide to, but y'all I ain't gonna bother to do with that because I remember I told you like last year someone had keyed my car in a Kroger grocery store. And I reported that to my insurance. So I just like I got enough claims between my vehicle. Then my husband had a tree at school during fall on his. So I'm just like, yeah, but she was annoying me. So just because she was acting like that, we finna stand here and wait for Officer Jacobs to come and do this police report. Yes, we are. I know it's hot to tail out here, and you need to go in there and buy your fruits and that. Listen, you can go in there, but I'm going to be waiting out here for Officer Jacob because I need to have my receipts because 2026 is the year of receipts. Like President Trump said, we ain't paying out and we ain't doing nothing without receipts. I'm on my Trump. I need receipts. I'm on my Trump. I need receipts. I need receipts. I need receipts. Oh, Tim, missed y'all too. Y'all listen. I'm trying to get back in the routine of things to be more consistent with this content creation, but y'all, it be hard out here. It be a lot going on. It be a lot going on. Sandra said I had a fender bender after 28 years clean record and mines went up. Sure will. Sure will. That's how it goes. So yeah, I'm sure I won't be reporting this one. I need to take it to the car wash. So I'm sure once I get it washed and clean and buffed, it won't look much different. But she didn't need to know all that. Gotta say, when you vote, take a picture of your ballot. Do they let you do that? You gotta sneak and do that. Don't they always say you gotta put your phones up and stuff? I don't know, y'all. I need to go. I've arrived. Y'all make sure you subscribe to this channel. Like the video. I don't know why y'all be playing with me with these likes. I don't know. It's just crazy. Y'all just don't even, it's the little things for me. I don't be asking y'all for nothing. I got membership. I don't even be asking you. I got all kinds of stuff on this channel. I don't be telling y'all, but asking y'all for nothing but a doggone free like just to circulate the content, get me in the algorithm. And I can't even get that. I don't know why y'all treat me like that, but y'all show me here deep. But that's all right. It is what it is. The Lord is gonna bless me. The Lord is gonna bless me. But I thank you all for coming. Like the video, subscribe. I'll likely be back tomorrow with another Car Chronicles and discussing the latest shenanigans. Oh, one more thing I'll add, I'll see on my note pertaining to the debt, student loan debt. They said that the delinquency rate spiked to 14.3% in the third quarter of 2025. Oh, down bad. It has spiked 14.3%. This is the delinquency for student loans. Thank you, Leaping Man, for liking the video. Love your videos. Thank you, gotta love. Thank you so much. So delinquency has spiked. So are nearing 10 million people who will soon be in jeopardy of having their checks garnished. It's a sad situation. I don't wish that on anyone, but it's the reality of the situation. Again, I recommend you go to studentaid.gov. If you have student loans, your children have student loans, you know anyone who has student loans, just spread the word, studentaid.gov, and there you can learn the information pertaining to payment plan options, garnishments, anything pertaining to this situation with student loans. You can learn that information there, and you can even put your income and information in there to kind of get an idea of what your student loan payment could be based off of your income for the year 2026. So don't say I ain't told y'all nothing, because we be trying to learn over here. We students, we are life students, we are honor students over here, we are lifetime learners. So I come here to share the information that I learned. Spread the information and go research it yourself. You all, happy Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Have an amazing day. Thank you, awesome mods. I'm not sure which one. If I had everybody, virtuous woman, just say when. RZA in the house. Didn't know RZA was in. Um, Dr. J, my other model, see Dr. J in here, but I thank you all. Thanks for holding it down. Hopefully the trolls didn't do you too bad. Hopefully they didn't do you too bad. But y'all, drop a comment on the video. Let me know your thoughts. Are you team Trump when it comes to his arrest of Nicolas, of Maduro and his wife, Sylvia? Or you like, nah, he was doing too much. He was doing too much. He need to let that man go. He need to let that man go. Do you think they're going to let him go? Do you think he will eventually just be let go? Because that man said he was kidnapped. He said Trump kidnapped me. I am God's child. I am the leader. I am the president. I'm the president of Venezuela. I have been kidnapped, Your Honor, and he needs to go to jail. So that's where we are with that. Trump. I said Trump. Yes, Team Trump. Team Trump. Y'all know who Team Trump real hard? You know what? I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to catch y'all on the next broadcast. Y'all have an amazing day. Like the video, like, share, subscribe. Peace.